All right, once again, it's Jersey Jaguar, and today I'm going to be giving you a quick guide of the differences between the Nike NBA Swingman jerseys and the Nike NBA Authentic jerseys. I'm going to start with a quick overview, then we'll get into sizing, construction, materials, customization, and some other stuff. Guys, before we get started, if you don't mind dropping me a like and subscribe, it greatly helps me out as I'm a growing channel. As always, I appreciate your support. With that said, let's get to it. All right, so it's time for a quick overview of these two jerseys. Now, guys, yes, it does have a Jordan logo on both the Swingman and the Authentic. Jordan officially sponsors the Statement Edition jerseys for the NBA. The Icon Edition and Association Edition are going to be sponsored officially by Nike. Even though these are the exact same thing as Nike, it just has a Jordan logo on there. All right, guys, with that said, again, starting with the Swingman, it is going to be the retail level jersey available. It's going to retail for $130, and it is the mid-tier available. There is one lower, the replica line. I'll get into that in another video. Moving forward, in terms of the fit, these are going to be slightly looser and are going to fit differently than the Authentics. These are also different than what the players wear on the court. Quality-wise, these are going to have lesser materials, both on the jersey themselves and on the customization. These jerseys are good for the casual fan, and if you want to get them autographed, depending on the player, most players, I will go with the Swingman to get autographed. All right, guys, one final thing about the Swingmans is they're pretty much gonna have every style available in this model, meaning the home, away, and alternate, association, icon, and statement, as they're also called. Also, you'll be able to get the city editions, and even the classic edition jerseys will be available in the Swingman. All right, and next up, we got the Authentic jersey. Now, guys, these are gonna be what the players wear on the court. However, there are some sizes that are available to the players that you can buy in these stores, and some of them get theirs altered to fit the way they like. Besides that, though, you're pretty much gonna get the same thing with this one. They're gonna run retail at $200 depending where you get it and depending on what patches they have on there. Now, these jerseys are gonna have way better construction and materials than the Swingman, and these are the jerseys that I prefer to wear and to have in my collection. These are also rarer and harder to get, so they're gonna hold their value better down the line. All right, guys, now typically all the jerseys are available in the Authentic. However, so far the classic editions and the earned editions have not been available in the Authentic. We'll see if this changes that season. You could always get team issue or game worn jerseys if you want those in Authentic though. All right, so it's time for the sizing and fit of these two jerseys. Now, guys, I'm not gonna give you specific measurements on the two. I already did that in a full video I made earlier in the year. Check it out. With that said, let's get to the fit of these two jerseys. The Swingman is going to have a boxer fit. It's going to be a hair wider, but also a hair shorter than the Authentic. And one of the biggest things about how these two jerseys fit, besides the length and the width, is going to be on the back of the jersey. The shoulders are going to fit significantly different. And I'll highlight the cut of the two jerseys so you can see the difference about what I'm talking about, both on the back of the jersey right here, and then also on the bottom of the jersey, the cut is slightly different. So in terms of how the Authentic fits, again, it's going to be a hair slimmer than the Swingman, but it's also going to be a hair longer than the Swingman. Again, on the back of the jersey, it is going to have that angular cut that the Swingman isn't going to have. For me, I like it. I think it looks great when you're wearing it. All right, so now that we just finished the sizing and how the jerseys fit, it's time to show you how they actually look on. As for myself, I'm a little over 6'2" and 185 pounds. Guys, these are both a size men's 48, which in Nike is a large. All right, so now it's time to look at the construction of these two jerseys and what specifically makes them different in terms of materials around them. All right, so now going over the materials of the jerseys, guys, the Swingman is gonna have a lesser quality material. It's gonna be standard dry fit material by Nike. It's gonna be a little bit thicker, smoother, and silkier than the Authentic. All right, guys, and also the trim on the shoulders and the neck is gonna be a little bit lesser quality. On the back of the neck, we're also not gonna have that championship stamping. Guys, on the Authentics, it has a little stamp sewn on there with how many championships they won. Now the details of the logos are going to be different too. On the Swingman, these are going to be heat pressed vinyl, just like the NBA logo on the back. In terms of the construction for the Authentic, it's going to be better quality than the Swingman. Again, it's going to have dry fit advanced material versus standard dry fit on the Swingman. It's basically going to be vapor knit material, so it's going to have a thinner but rougher feel to it, but it's also going to have better breathability than the Swingman does for obvious reasons. Now guys, the trim on the shoulders and the neck is also going to be better. On the back of the neck, we're also going to have that championship patch, aka stamp on there. NBA logo though looks to be about the same. Now in terms of this Jordan logo, it is going to be embroidered in versus heat pressed vinyl on the Swingman. All right, so it's time to go over the customization of these two jerseys. Now guys, customization refers to the name and numbers of the jerseys. Now guys, in terms of the Swingman, it is going to be single layer tackle twill that is sublimated to give it a multi-layer effect. And sublimation is when you dye the numbers to give it a different effect, either multi-layers or have a certain pattern, whatever. Also guys, these are heat pressed on, not stitched on. The Authentics are stitched on. Let's get into the Authentics now. So the customization on the Authentic is going to be multi-layered tackle twill. It's going to be stitched into the jersey, and it is going to be kiss cut, not stacked twill. Now the name is also going to be stitched into the jersey, but depending on the team, it's most likely going to be single layer, single color, stitched directly into the jersey. And one final thing about the numbers on the Authentics, they are going to be perforated. So again, they will have little tiny holes laser cut into them. All right, so final thoughts on these two jerseys, guys. I will start with this. First and foremost, buy what you could afford, all right? So if you want something that's a little bit cheaper, go with the Swingman. It's gonna be slightly better for autographing depending on the player again. And it's gonna be good if you just want something to wear around and you're not too careful about what's gonna happen to it. If you want what the players wear on the court, what's closer to what the players wear on the court, guys, you're gonna want to get the authentic jersey. The authentic jersey, again, is gonna cost more, but it's gonna have better materials, a better construction. It's gonna fit better overall, and it is going to be a longer lasting jersey. All right, guys, that was my quick guide between the Swingman and the authentic jerseys. Let me know in the comments which one you prefer and which one you like to collect and why. Also, guys, if there's a video you'd like to see me do in the future, don't hesitate to ask. I'll do my best to get it done. With that said, I'll see you at the next one.